I am out here today in New River and I'm going to give you an in-depth property tour of our listing here off of New River Road. This property sits on 1.7 acres and it is a beautiful property, no HOA, of course, that's New River living for you. And I'm going to give you an in-depth tour so that you can see all of the wonderful things this property has to offer. So let me turn this around and we'll get started. Now, like I said, this property is right off of New River Road. You have this iron gate that opens up, and it is not mechanical. It is, or not electric, it is on a mechanical lock. So, but you can definitely put it on electric if you wanted to, so that it would be like an automatic fence. And you have the wrought iron that goes around. This has a lovely outdoor space, which we will get to. We're gonna get to the inside first because we are losing some light out here. This home is east facing front, west facing backyard, and as you can see, the sun is starting to come down. But we have this lovely paver drive that goes all the way up to your courtyard, or you can take it down to the gravel to park your boats and your toys and your ATVs and razors, whatever your heart desires, your work trucks. You got lots of space down there. As I said, this property is just over 2,500 square feet. It has a lovely Santa Fe style architecture with your flat roof. The majority of the roof is flat. You do have some tiles up there, but the majority is flat. The roof was last serviced in 2024. And this leads us to the courtyard. I love this space. I love this space for the animal owner. I love this space for moms and dads with littles. It's a really great space because it's completely closed in, so you don't have to worry about them and you can let them outside. The artificial turf was put in, it's just a couple of years old. The current owners purchased the property in 2018 and put the artificial turf in after, and it looks very well cared for. Nice patio here, space for sitting, and you have two gates over there on that side. One leads to the kitchen, which we'll take a look at in a minute. The other one goes upstairs, up the stairs to the pool area. And then you have this fence right here, or gate right here. Okay. We'll go inside this 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. Down here, we're in the living room area. Tile floors on the first floor. Right here. So, this is where you'll put your furniture here. If we go this way, we are going to the den flex space, and then there is a full bedroom downstairs. So this house is perfect for multi-generational families. And then this way is to your kitchen. But I like this little nook here. Great place for putting some of your decorative stuff, and you have faux wood blinds. Now here we're in the kitchen, and you have a lovely fireplace right here. It is wood burning fireplace. I love the rock. This is not fake. This is like real rock. It looks so nice right here. Okay. Like I said, that door goes out to the courtyard, or it leads you to the gate, to the entry or exit of the courtyard out to the pool area. You have natural lighting right here that is brought in by these windows. And here's your kitchen. Eden kitchen right here, granite counters, birch cabinets. Many of the cabinets do have drawers. Pull-outs are always nice. And then this island right here also has nice storage. It's very functional. Lots of storage space in here. Now that is your pantry right there, but you do have a lot of space, and I'm going to show you another place that you can use as pantry in just a minute. Stainless steel appliances. Here's your double ovens, perfect for Thanksgiving meals or big, gatherings where you want to cook a pie and a turkey. They're not fighting for the oven space. I love that. And then your microwave right there. Now this space here, it has a smaller table that seats 4, but you can absolutely put a 6-person rectangular table right there and you would still be comfortable. Off of the kitchen, we have the laundry area and the bathroom area. So the washer and dryer are not included in the sale. The refrigerator is. You have cabinets up top for storage, and then right here you have your soft water system. This is on a well, so having soft water is definitely important. And you have your security box right there and your hot water heater right here. Okay, that hot water heater looks like it's in good shape, for sure. Now this home was built in 1991. And I love that they had storage in mind when they built it. There's your tiled shower right here. Toilet right there. And then your vanity. This is a raised vanity, so that's really nice. It's good for the tall and the short people, but the tall people will really appreciate it. This is some storage space right here. So if you needed some extra space for a pantry area, you got it right here. Off of the bathroom, we have this area, which I really do love that it can be, a flex space. It can be a sitting area. It can be a sewing area. It can be an office area. It can be a reading area. It can be a play area for kids if you wanted. You really could do a lot of things with this area. You could also, if you wanted to, close this off so that it can be an extension of this area for whoever's going to be in this downstairs bedroom. So this downstairs bedroom currently has a queen size bed in it. So just to give you an idea of size. Okay. And then you have your closet space right there. Nice views outside. Should have turned on that light. Ooh, there we go. We got more light. Okay. And then here we go. And that is your closet under the stairs. I'm not gonna open that up because we all know what those closets under the stairs look like, and we all love them because it's extra closet space. Now, why don't we go upstairs? So, up the stairs, there's carpet throughout up here, and you have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms up here. So we'll go straight into the master first. This is your master bedroom right here. It has a king size bed. Your furniture in here is very nice sized furniture. It's very large, king king size furniture. And there's still a lot of space in here. You have your fireplace up here. And multiple windows. Your ceiling fan. It truly is a large, roomy space. Your primary bathroom right here, you have a tiled shower. This is a decent sized shower too. It's pretty spacious. And then your toilet right there. Double vanities on this side. A jetted tub. Nice natural light coming through the block windows right there. And then you have your master closet. I love that the closets are not just a couple of rods, but you have drawers and you have shelves so that you can be better organized in your closet, because closet organization is always a plus. Now, back out here, off of the master, you have your guest bath. So this is one vanity in here. I love that there are drawers in the vanity, because that's always nice. You don't always get that. Your toilet, and then your shower right there. Tiled surround, and storage for your linens, an extra toilet paper. Now, this guest bedroom right here is pretty decent in size. Both of the guest bedrooms upstairs are fairly large. This is a queen size bed here. You have your little vanities on either side, but look at how much additional space you have. It's very spacious. And again, the closets with the organization, you've gotta love it. See how much space you have. There are ceiling fans in every single room. We're gonna go across the hall. You have more storage space right there. Cushions for the patio furniture that's outside. And then here is your other bedroom. Now, here you have your trundle bed there, and you have a full-size bed right here. And you still have decent space. I love that there's blinds in every room. And then you still have the drapes. This is great because, again, you have your organization there, but then you have your built-in shelves right here. So if it's for your knickknacks, collectibles, books, whatever it is that you want, you have the space for it. And then behind this door, you have nice space for coats or bags or whatever it is that you want to organize, but at the same time, keep out of the way. And so now we're gonna go outside, because the inside is great, but the outside. So out here on the balcony, we have full view of this property and all that it has to offer. The property line, there is a neighboring property right there. They do have a fence that kind of lines the neighboring property. And then the property line kind of goes out a little bit to a point behind that well house. That is a well house right there. That is your flex space right there. And it kind of, the property line extends out to a point. I love that Everything is cohesive in architecture, style, and color. There's the view of your entry drive right there. You can look down to your courtyard, tell the kids, time to come up and take a shower, or whoever. You have your putting green right there. That area back there is sand, and the posts are for volleyball. So you have your very own sand volleyball space back there, but really you can do whatever it is that you want with that area. Imagine, you know, a pergola and, you know, additional seating or eating area. Imagine an outdoor kitchen. Imagine play structure for the kids. So many possibilities, so much room. And then you have this lovely pool right here to enjoy Arizona summers. You absolutely need a pool. So I love that this balcony, it goes around. There's a couple of things that I love about this balcony. One is that it is not solely like accessible from the master, right? Everybody upstairs can access the balcony. So if somebody is upstairs, kids or whatever, and they don't want to go downstairs and through the kitchen out to the pool, they can totally just come out through the balcony and they have direct access to the pool. So that's what I love. One thing that I love. The second thing is that you have direct access out here to the pool. Look at that water feature. So nice. And if you have the water feature, maybe you don't want to get in the pool, but you do want to enjoy, you know, some time outside, and it's a little humid out, so you put on the water feature, and if there's a light breeze, that breeze is just going to mist back to where you're sitting. Imagine putting your patio furniture right here and sitting. That mist is just going to come back at you, and it's just going to be so refreshing. Right now it's pretty windy, and I feel the drops here, so it's really nice. PebbleTec pool, and you get two little frogs too that are going to be spitting at you. It is very tastefully landscaped with your palms around the perimeter of the pool. You have your pavers. You know, there's something out here for everyone. There's the putting green, there's the sand volleyball area, or whatever you decide to do with it. There's the pool. You have space right here for your loungers so that you can tan. I love it. This is where your pool equipment hides, so you don't have to see it. And over here is where you have space for your RV. Oh, and look at that sunset. It's getting lower and lower. But the other thing that I did not point out is that that balcony faces east. That is going to provide some beautiful views in the morning. An opportunity to see the mountains in the east and beautiful sunrises. Over here is where we will access, or where you come down to your septic area. AC unit is right there, septic is down here, and then you have your neighbor property right there. So one thing to point out is that the property line, of course, fire verifies all of these things, but the property line extends just a little bit outside of this fence right here. Okay, so we could, going back over here, We could go down by where the rocks are and get to the other side of the property, but we're gonna go this way because I just love this part of the home, this area of the home, where again you can be out here, but you have quick access to go back into the house to your balcony, or just down the steps to your courtyard area, or your kitchen if you wanted to go in there to get to your kitchen. You could totally do that. But what we are going to do is go to the other side of the property to take a look. One of the things that draws people to New River is the fact that it's rural living. You know, you have your space, you have no HOAs, you can do whatever it is that you want out here. Live the way you want to live. Enjoy your property the way you want to enjoy it. And that's really hard to find these days, especially with all the building that is going on, all the homes that are going up in the valley, and all of the, everything is just getting so congested. But New River is all about you living the way you want to live, enjoying your home the way you want to enjoy it. No HOAs. So this is your single car garage right here, and it is attached to your flex space. The current owner uses the single car garage as their storage, but you could use it as a garage if you'd like. And if you have a tall vehicle, you can get rid of that storage area right there. But now this flex space, this area is air conditioned, it has electricity, and it can be, again, whatever you want. I feel like I say that 100 times about this property. Whatever you want, because you literally can do whatever you want. This can be your office, quilting room, a man cave, a she shed, the kids' game room. You can put, you know, bar and entertainment area in here for the adults and kick the kids out. You can literally do whatever you want. It can be an art studio. So many possibilities. And it doesn't just have a mini split. It has an AC. So this Connex box over here, when the current owners purchased the property, they got really excited about this Connex box. It was already here. But they got excited about the possibilities or the opportunity to like use this for storage. And they were able to use it for storage in a way that didn't take up the storage from the inside of the house, and it just, you know, allowed for your seasonal storage, just different things, again, without taking up any of the inside storage space. You, of course, can use it for whatever you want. We've had people come by the property that said, oh my gosh, we could make this into like a container office, right? Or, you know, a container home. So you can do whatever you want with it, but it is just nice to have that option that you can have storage away from the home and it doesn't take up the inside storage space of the property either. Now, this is the rest of your property on the other side of that flex space. You have your neighboring property right here. The owner has said how much they appreciate the neighbors out here. And so if you can see the brush, that is the neighboring property. The trees on this side of the brush belong to this property. And the property line, which we'll show in a picture, the property line goes straight up and kind of to a point behind the well house. Then you have your neighbor over here. They have a fence. But after the fence ends, you see that there are some posts Let me detail that. See that post right there? And there's a couple of other posts that just kind of continue to outline the perimeter, and it goes wide a little bit back there, again behind the well house. Now this bridge, it is just a little bit curved. We had so many monsoon rains in this last end of summer, early fall, that I believe it eroded just a little bit and kind of got the bridge to go just a little bit out of whack, but it is still pretty sturdy. It was a sturdy bridge to begin with, but that's what's going on there. And then you have this wash here, so if there are any rains or heavy rains and stuff like that, you'll be totally fine. Now, one question that we've gotten quite a bit is the property in a flood zone. It is not reported that the property is in a flood zone, so you should not need flood insurance. So you should be good there. We'll go into the well house in a minute, but behind the well house is this storage water tank, and it is 1,550 gallons. Now, this well is shared. It is owned by the property owner and is located on the owner's property. So you, whoever purchases the property owns the well, but there is a shared agreement, or it is shared with the neighbor to the south. So there are two properties on this well right now. Now this is the well house. Again, just love how aesthetically everything just kind of goes with the Arizona look and feel. And here's your well house right here. There was maintenance done to the well in the last couple of years, so the owner did have to put some new stuff in here, so that's good for the new property owner. You know that it's been maintained or serviced in the past few years. And that is pretty much it for our tour. So, and this is New River. So many great things to say about New River. Such a beautiful place, and one of the few places where you still have space like this and you can still live like this. No HOAs, right? You can do whatever you want out here. At the same time, you have community close by. You have the Roadrunner, which is a New River staple out here. They have car shows, they have bull riding, they have open mic nights, they have live entertainment. It is such a great space. Every single weekend there's tons of stuff going on there, in the morning and in the evening. And so if you want community close by, you got it. If you want the conveniences of shopping and the stores, that is close by too, just, you know, south a little bit to Anthem. So it's such a great place. If this property is something that you are intrigued about, that you want more information on, you can give us a call. We would love to schedule a private tour for you. Our number information is going to be posted, so you can give us a ring and we'll schedule something. It will definitely be worth your time. Thanks, and we're here if you need anything.